Welcome to Marriage Before Marriage, MBM.
There is so much fake stuff. There is so much social media image. If you are going to end up with the best in life, don't be a victim of camera tricks in life.
When levels are different, the character and behavior would be different. Except God has just worked on somebody.
The things that trouble marriage have remained the same from time immemorial. The mistakes that cripple this institution have not changed color, and the principles that keep it afloat still remain with us.
I want someone who is as down as I am, then we'll build together from nothing. So that the day we become anything, I can't use nothing to brag. She can't use nothing to brag.
This is Marriage Before Marriage, MBM. Timeless observations, biblical insights, honest approach, and hard practicality. Marriage Before Marriage, MBM, with Maurice and Pam Olo.
We kindly urge you to keep connected and just be ready to learn. If you see some of these red flags, if you see something that you don't like, don't keep quiet and usivumilie. Don't think that you have enough shock absorbers to keep all this madness all together. There are things, if possible, run away. And that's why we are here to talk about things when you see, just keep off. You don't have to kill someone or allow somebody to kill you. You can see these things and you can avoid them.
Yep.
And this, I would say gladly, as a person, make sure that there is something you're living for. Not just a marriage and a relationship. There's be something bigger that you're living for in this life. Praise the Lord. It should not just be a relationship. In as much as we are talking about relationship here now, there are things when you see and you have something to live for, you run away and give the relationship time. There are signs you will see. There are things you can see somebody, the way somebody talks to you, the way somebody treats you, the way somebody handles the other people. That brings me to a very important question or point. What are some of the things when you see, run away, don't stay there, break that relationship?
Amazingly, if I begin with women, women, somebody said, women have this habit of loving bad boys.
Hey.
I don't know, but I don't know how true it is. I guess you have seen a woman being battered, being humiliated,
True.
being frustrated,
True?
and you try to come in to help her, and you ended up becoming the enemy.
They turn against you.
Turn against you.
I've seen that.
While you are dating, now that might take me into a very long subject of the kind of things you just need to watch out when you are dating a man. You're dating a man, and if you are a man when you're dating a woman.
A woman.
When you see those tendencies, of course, we always say it's important that you question. Don't date somebody you are afraid of. There's a difference between fearing someone and respecting someone. Be careful to be in a relationship when you start finding yourself in a dominating kind of a relationship. Now, this doesn't just become a relationship. This happens even at the church level. We are born again, but we are not born again to lose our brains.
Powerful.
There are things I begin to do in this ministry. You need to question yourself. When you start hearing statements like, if you say this, you'll die.
That's manipulation.
If you are genuine, you must give people the authority to investigate your genuineness. Respect is, there is godly fear. Oh, that I respect him. Oh, I just honor him. But you see, don't reach a place where you can't genuinely question. Pastor George here calls me and said that I was thinking we handle this way.
Yeah.
That is being free enough. Don't sell your brain. When a ministry becomes If you dare question this, you are dead. something is wrong. I know there's a very thin line between submission and manipulation. But when someone genuinely loves you, they give room. Wow. There's just an ease. I don't know, I can't fully describe my disposition, but kind of, I'm a very excited person. But that is not the real me. The real me, she knows the real. And some of you, I think, after you've been here for some time, you've been able to catch the real me. I'm a very reserved person. But no matter how reserved I am, if I love you, you have a way of just picking it. That I think he loves me. There is an ease. We can share a joke. But when you get into a relationship that is too tight that you can't joke, you are dating someone and it is sir. Sir. What did you say again, sir? We saw a couple, and I told Mama, if this is not corrected, when you are dating someone and you realize this person absolutely wants to manipulate you, and dangerous people, number one, will disconnect you from everyone that can question them. There will be a problem about the church you are attending. If a man has the guts to begin questioning a pastor that has raised you for 10 years, and he begins to tell immediately that my spirit is not at peace. Nawe pia unasema yenyewe na hii suti amevaa sitaki kumisi hii suti. You know, when you are dating someone, you also play safe. You don't want to lose. Then you think it was just the pastor, you start being cautious. Then before long, it has gone to your elder sister. I'm not comfortable with her. Then before long, your brother is included. Before long, your best friend has been marked. Before you know it, it is going down to your boss. Before you know it, you just realize that everyone that was close to you is also reading it and is escaping. People are beginning to avoid you. It's a sign you are headed for danger. You are dating a mysterious person. Hakuambia atakuja kwa service. Unangojea pale nje ni siku ya Valentine, unataka kumpatia maua. Anakutext ya kwamba ako kwa middle row. Unamuuliza ulipitia na wapi? Akasema as a surprise aliamua kutoka na nyuma ya tent, akaingia na hiyo mlango pastor anaingianga nayo, so he's already in charge. Another time you go for a funeral, he tells you he's not going. You arrive in Kisumu, you find him in the funeral. A mysterious person. Akisema atafanya hii, there's a politician in this country that doesn't do what he says. Akikuambia anaenda Uganda, wait for him in Tanzania. Akisema anaenda Tanzania, pengine yako Malawi. But that's a political game. No human being is expected to operate like that, particularly in relationship. And he tells you, no, I don't trust anybody. I don't like people questioning me. Namuuliza, lakini jana nilikuona na ule jamana, anasikianga ni mtu mbaya. No, I don't like people questioning me. You know, there's much you don't know, you'll know with time. There's much you don't know. Rafiki zangu si watu wazuri. He's making statements like that. And you know, women become curious when they are dating a dangerous person. Those are signs you need to watch.
They feel protected.
You may feel protected, but Satan protects people away into destruction. The devil does not. You see, there's a ram here that I was given when I went to preach somewhere. And Pastor Victor has been reminding me about the ram and saying, man of God, this ram. I told him that ram is thinking he has reached heaven. Every time he hears us singing here, people worshiping God, he feels he's safe from the slaughter. Because his own death was prepared through the church. It is the saints that will feast on him. So he may feel protected, but there's danger. So be careful when a wrong thing is protecting you. He's not a policeman. He's not working with any security agency. He comes to church. He behaves like he fears God, and he has a gun. And you don't know what he does. And anytime he even meets the police, kuna vile tu anaongea na and you absolutely don't know what he's doing. And he has a gun. And then also fear is getting into you. One day you guys talked and he raised his voice and he said, akaweka mkono hapa tena akafunga. If the hand goes here before marriage, the trigger will be pulled after marriage. Okay. Anytime both of you quarrel, anapiga matatu mateke. Anasema namalizanga hasira hivyo. So he kicks the matatu, or he kicks a goat, or he kicks a dog. Anytime there's a quarrel, amepiga kiti ngumi, amepiga TV ngumi. Anytime the two of you disagree, say he loves you so much, akapiga ukuta head. Nding! Wewe ndio kaisikia kwa kichwa ukasema ai. Alafu anaanza kulia anasema unajua is the love I have for you. I cannot touch a woman. It's the love I have for you. When he marries you and that love is finished, your bones will pay for it. These are danger signs. You are dating a woman that when she gets angry, she gets fits of rage. Anakika kwa floor, ana roll kwa floor. And then anainuka hapa kia anaongea in tongues, akola bisida, higabus, higa, hogobosi, hiabugos, higeba, na unamsaidia kusema amen, amen. Amen. It's a danger sign. You are dating a woman who keeps saying that one day she'll kill her father. That sahi anataka prayer points kama 100, his father must die, her father must die. Any woman that is against a man, and you are also a man, and you are dating her, those are if she hates men, is a danger sign. Because you are a man. You are dating a woman that has 4 phones. Mukiongea moja amelia pa kirring ameshika ai Joni kwani ni aje? Sorry honey. Mheshimiwa ni aje? The most handsome boy. Where are you now? A boy handsome home and away. Where are you? Hey, okay. Na ile deal imeendaje? You are dating a woman, she has 4 phones. Moja ni mheshimiwa, moja ni a boy handsome home and away. Moja sijua anauza tractor mahali. She has 4 phones. Be very careful. I didn't say a woman cannot engage in business, but why 4 phones? I've given you this story of a brother who was dating a woman. I'm just trying to throw them, then I'll leave her to lead us. This brother was dating this lady and the phone was ringing. Hello, Paul, nitakupigia. So they go to the hotel and this lady went in to shower. And akasema, hey, this phone has been ringing. Let me also call this phone and find out how pengine amenisave. Because akiangalia simu aliona idiot 1, idiot 2, idiot 3, the missed calls, idiot 4, idiot 5. So when he called, he realized his own is saved as idiot 8. So hizi masimu zinalia ni ujumbe. 4 phones ni ujumbe. You are dating someone that is very flashy, but is careful, you should not know where they stay. She's a lady. Ukiangalia, when you look at her attire, you can tell this is a designer cloth, designer watch, designer perfume, high class. But if you want to meet her even at 5 a.m., she's available. Anytime you call her, where are you? You say, wherever you want me to come, I'll come. And she pulls into the parking in a Mercedes Benz, comes out of the Benz and then tells you she has no fuel. You are not driving. And then she tells you, this is a big animal. Ngiri tatu si mbaya, at least itanifikisha. Very humble, very calm, but is collecting the 3,000 into a Benz. You don't want to push to know where she's staying. A very flashy life that cannot be explained. And you are dating this person, and you can even see the kind of places she's picking for meeting. I wanted us to talk a little bit. Where do we meet? Okay, are you any far from the Regency? And you are working in Gorgon. So kitambo vuke mpaka Regency. The next time you call, hi, I'm at the Villa Rosa. Can you be able to come? So question anything that is too good that cannot be explained. Those things may look class. You may take selfies and post on Facebook. And people may even praise you, oh girl, you got it. Oh boy, you got it. Oh man, you're dating the real deal. Real deals have become dangerous deals. Question it.
Wow. I've seen many.
Just among others.
I've seen many people, of course, ladies, asking that, what do I do now that this man cannot listen to me? And you are addressing something very crucial. At this point when somebody is being flashy, this is where I think you need to stamp your foot down. Insist on this person explaining. I think we let go of so many things during this dating period. Then we come later and start crying during marriage that, oh, this man does not listen. This woman does not listen. Even when I correct the person, he doesn't listen. This is where you can correct the mess. You don't know this person. You're just meeting the person. He's not your life. Stop this thing, oh, this lady is my life, this man is my life. No. You have existed for 30 years without this man in your life. You are breathing, you are eating. When did this man turn to be your life? Just because you met the other day. He's not your life.
Your heartbeat.
My heartbeat, my honey, my sweetheart.
Pastor akiguza hapa na hiyo church natoka. I've been praying for a husband.
Hey.
And now it is at my doorstep.
Yes.
Pastor Lo cannot stop this. I will show them.
By fire, by thunder, I must get it. If you lived for 30 years without this person, you can still survive the next year. Just don't buy into being stepped on, being corrupt because you want to be called Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so. You can avoid them. There are things people do when they are still dating that they didn't get time to correct. They want to correct when they are kulembele. You've lived for 5 years. This man has gotten used to a lifestyle. I think you just need to buy along and now get used to living that kind of a lifestyle. Praise the Lord. There are things correct at the beginning. And I remember I love giving our stories. Please just allow me to do this. I remember when you were dating, you were so obsessed. You loved me so much, and I loved you back. We were so in love. This, the air that I breathe thing was just, I think was just too much. And my husband will not let me. You know, meeting somebody who like really gives you what the attention that you want. I think I got that attention from the day one of our relationship. He was so proud of me, even in my shortcomings and in my poverty and everything. He was so proud of me, and I felt so good. Like he would not leave me going anywhere. He would be like, hey, tomorrow, and you know, there were no phones. We didn't have phones, so when we meet, tunakubaliana that we will meet again Tuesday.
I had Alcatel.
At 4. Yeah, you had Alcatel.
I had Alcatel. But now we found someone I can call.
No, I used to call you through Simia Jamii.
Yes.
Yeah, you would like call me at around 3.
Yes.
So I would go to some place they had Simia Jamii and then I call you. If I don't call you, you will not get me. But so the love, I think the affection and everything, you loved me, and I got to a place where I was like, atanipeleka kila mahali. Like I want to have a life of my own. Because my husband would be like, we are going to preach, we are going with you. We dated in those meetings, crusades and meetings. So at some point I told myself, I want to try him. I want to test and see. If I disobeyed him these once, what he will do. Will we like leave each other, tutaachana? I was actually ready. I told myself, I don't care if tutaachania hapa ni sawa. Because I would not want to be with somebody who I can't breathe. Like I just have to do what you want. What about me? So I told myself on this one. Nakata. So on the meeting we had, tukiachana, my husband tells me, tomorrow, sijui tulikuwa tuende Thika ama tulikuwa tuende wapi. Then nikasema siendi.
I remember that.
Nikakata.
She deceived me that they have visitors. Watakuwa na wageni. Mama amemwambia asaidie
kutengeneza wageni.
Attend to the visitors.
Yes. So I lied to him, but it was all to tell him or just to see how he would react. That will I ever have a say in my own life. Like, yes, we are getting married, but will I have my opinion respected as a person? So I tried him and then tulinyamaziana kidogo. Ni mimi nilikutafuta ama ni wewe ulinitafuta?
I think we met and we resolved it. Though emotions were very high, but we resolved it. I was not happy. I even asked her, so between your mother and me, who? I'm a man of God. You know, your mother is not a woman of God. I'm a man of God. So between me and your mother,
Yes.
yeah,
And you know, I was
man
so
of God,
happy. Yes.
anointed man of God.
But I was so happy that at least he respected my opinion, because that is what I was looking for. I had traveled with him. When he says, let's go, when he says jump, I say, how high? Like I would jump. And then this time I was like, no, I think enough is enough. But when he obeyed, I was so happy, in as much as tulikasirikiana kidogo, tukakuja tukatafutana, but I was happy that at least. So some of these things, try them during dating time. You can try and see, will this person respect me later, or will his opinion matter more than any other thing? Will I have a say? Will I ever have a life? Will I have an opinion, or do any other thing apart from what the person wants? When you deal with that, it is very easy, because now you grow together respecting one another, and we have nurtured one another.
That takes us back to the place of, don't date someone that is not your friend. You gauge friendship, because it's only a friend that you can disappoint.
Wow.
It's only a friend that you can be comfortable knowing your weakness. It's only a friend you can tell the truth, this is how I get my money. This is my income.
Wow.
It's only a friend you will not be ashamed of your hustle. Don't date someone you have to start lying you're not a school teacher. That you sell gold. Because the way he keeps talking about school teachers, you are a so you are afraid to say you are a teacher. Don't date someone who is ashamed of what you do.
Wow.
You can try these things during dating. Kama ni mtura unauza, mualike mahali pa kuuza mtura. Mwambie unaweza pitia mahali pa kazi. Kama ni zunguka, kwanza ukimwona zungusha hiyo zungusha hiyo kibuye, umwekee kwa kikombe, mwambie nikuwekee chumvi ama nisikuwekee chumvi. Because if amemtura seller and you want to come there na hizo class zako, hakuna mahali tunaenda. So it takes and probably God was preparing you to be sharing this with the people who care to listen.
Yes.
Don't date someone who's ashamed of your mother.
Wow.
Ashamed of your sick father. Ashamed of your brothers, even if your brother is a criminal. Don't hide it from him. That is on a series of familia. Yes. If something happens that he needs to know, find out, because wapendwa, mtu akikupenda, even in the ministry that we do, I don't need people who love me for the suits I wear. I don't need people who love me for the messages I preach. I don't need spiritual sons who are loyal to me for the material things I have. I want people that can stand by me when I'm caught naked on the road.
Hallelujah.
People who are not, that's why Paul was telling Timothy, and do not be ashamed of me. Because Paul was in shame at that time. So it is during dating, unaambia mtu, you know, I really wanted you to accompany me. There's this person I want to talk to. Kama anaweza kubali anunue hiki tunauza. And then she feels that is too low. Because sometimes when you are talking, you must look like you are begging. So you are afraid of them seeing your real hustle. Seeing exactly what you are made to be, to become. The reason I went with those crusades, I wanted her to know I have no other life. I have no way I'm going to get an income. I'm a preacher. God has called me. And preachers eat offerings. Lawyers eat from criminals.
Yes.
Doctors eat from the sick. And some of those sick people don't drive.
Wow.
And the doctor has never given them one of their cars to go and drive.
It's true.
A doctor will not stop building a mansion just because the sick who come to their hospital. The hospital is not just built for your healing. That's why watashika logbook yako. That's why watashika title deed. Because they are not just there to ensure you are living.
Yes.
They're also there to make a living.
Wow.
So I wanted her to know everything. I wanted her to see everything. She saw when I'm given 500.
Yes.
I tell her this is all now we have.
Yeah.
Tuliingia kwa taxi yenye imefungwa na kamba. Mlango inafungwa na kamba. There's a man of God who could be watching this that was with me who can bear witness that that is what he saw. Tukaingia kwa hiyo taxi, window cannot go up. Imefungwa. You know, I've always been a man of class. Even then, I said, badala ya kutumia matatu, hii taxi, hata kama inafungwa na kamba, ni mzuri.
And that day you are wearing a white suit.
And that day I was in a white suit. The day I met her, I was in a white agbada. Ilishonwa Huruma hapo karibu na mto. Fundi wangu alikuwa anaangalia hivi akishona hivi sasa nakaa ni kama napelekwa na upepo. These things you see me wearing, si kwanza kuzivaa leo.
Ilianza kitambo.
But I desired her to see my life. This is me. Sina kitu ingine. You know, I'd written pillars of greatness.
Yes.
And I would carry them. I was not ashamed. You know, you must not be ashamed of your life.
Don't be ashamed, and that has helped us in the sense that we support each other.
Yes.
We are proud of what you're doing, and you are proud of what I'm doing.
Yes.
From the word go.
Yes.
And I normally tell people, many people who come, you talk to someone, and I tell them, Pamoloko Tour is older than King's Gathering Church.
By far.
Yeah, I know many didn't know. The business aspect is older than the church. And that is because we support each other. He was always there. He would come. Of course, he had preached. Amepewa sadaka. Then nitamwambia, you know, I need 20,000 niende Uganda nilete material. He would say, Mama, I will gladly give you the 20,000. Chukua hii, enda nayo Kampala. And then we would go. Sometimes we would drive. Tulikuwa na B13. B13. Tuta drive.
But it was not there when we got married. It came after.
It came after later.
Later,
much later. Yeah. So we would drive twende mpaka kwa border. Kule kwa border na hii 20,000. So I would leave him there. I think we had the two children. So nitakuacha kwa border, nivuke Kampala, niende nichukue material, nikuje niweke kwa gari, nikuje nayo mpaka Nairobi. We have never been afraid or ashamed of each other's, whatever God has called us to do. We have been there, supported each other from the word God, because he's open enough to tell me this is how I want to do things, and this is me. This is what God has called me. This is how I want to lead my life. And on the other hand, I would tell him, I feel fulfilled that after Sunday, after I have served God, I have served on the altar, I feel fulfilled on Monday when I go and sit down and do what inspires me. It is very important that you are not ashamed of what the other person is doing. Support each other and learn to appreciate everybody at their own level. Learn to appreciate, learn to accept them. A pauper today would be a millionaire. Mutura, whatever, whoever is selling Mutura, who would have known that today we were here? Sometimes affording even a meal was a problem.
Just to make all this, and you see, let me tell you, 7 points, 21 points, those things don't work. The reality is you have to work this out during dating. And just what we have said, don't be ashamed of your life. Don't be ashamed of your family. Kama haujaenda shule, don't be ashamed. You don't have a degree, don't be ashamed. You know. So all this amazingly, the mistake that most young people make is that we start painting a picture of what we are not during dating. You want to prove you are more anointed than the anointing we can see. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Usiingiwa na pressure ya grace yenye hauna when your girlfriend is seated. That today my girlfriend has to see the hand of God. God did not anoint you for your girlfriend to see the hand of God. Stay in your assignment. Don't paint a different picture. Be true with your struggles.
Wow.
Be true with exactly who you are. Because what you are afraid to show that you think is a way to keep the person will be what will drive them away when they know the truth.
Wow. And it will frustrate you more.
And it will frustrate you. Do you know how hard it is living all your life trying to hide something from your wife? Or trying to hide something from a man? ya kwamba hii nayo nilimdanganya. Umeona hapa, na anajua ati unakuanga na taksi 3 in Uganda. Ulimdanganyanga hivyo during, kumbe ulikuwa unakopesha gari za watu. Sasa unaishi hapa unapiga mahesabu, nitanunuaje taksi Uganda ndio ikuje kubaliana na hii uongo yangu. And God will never give you that chance. You understand? The world is now a global market. If somebody is not proud of what you do, if someone is ashamed of your education, ashamed of your level in life, ashamed of what you do, the person doesn't have to be your enemy. You just tell, okay, in that case it cannot work. That's what dating is all about. I can see we can't go the same direction. So tuiwachie hapa. And we are still friends. Na Mungu anakuanga na njia ya kuweka the two of you together. You'll see the end of each other.
You can see it coming. Marrying a fool. 21 relationships you must break. Faith to marry with little. Marrying Mr. Desperate. Get these 5 books at only 1,500 shillings. Call, SMS or WhatsApp 0726 315 906.